Alright, so I announced on the last video that I had a little surprise in store for this 71 Cheyenne. And I got something that I think is going to make the reliability and possibly fuel economy better. And some of you guys are going to like it and some aren't. But I've been looking at this for a while and talking to James Lane about it, and I really wanted to try it out, so I went ahead and said what the hey, and went ahead and ordered it. So y'all probably know by now from the title what it is, so here it is. You guys that have been watching my channel for a while know I like fuel injection, and I do a lot of LS swaps. So what I did is I ordered the Jegs Bandit EFI. It's a throttle body EFI. It supports up to 550 horsepower, and it looks the most like a carburetor as any fuel injection setup that I've seen. So we're going to try it out on this 454 and the 71 Cheyenne, and I'm going to walk you through it. Since I'm using the factory sorry about that air compressor. Since I'm using the factory in-cab tank, I'm going to show you how to do this with an inline pump, which I generally don't like to use an inline pump because they're noisy. Use a in-tank pump. That's why the factory uses an in-tank pump, because it's more reliable. The fuel cools the pump, and it also insulates the noise. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna mount an inline pump and a Corvette filter regulator on this frame rail right here. Somewhere we're going to use existing holes. We're not going to drill any new holes. But that way the line will come down out of the cab and straight into the fuel pump as close to the tank as we can. Then go through the regulator, and then we'll plumb it up to the intake up the back of the engine here, and then to the throttle body. So that's what we got planned. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it with what fuel cylinder pickup and everything I'm gonna use with the factory tank. So, and this will pretty much work with any factory tank on any car, or to run this setup, so that you don't have to buy a high dollar fuel injected ready tank and all that stuff. I'm using a Walbro 255 pump, and like I said, a Corvette fuel filter regulator, and that way we'll run the fuel up to the carburetor, or up to the throttle body. The fuel will go into from the pump to the filter regulator, and then it will return back to the tank. And I'll show you how we're going to do that. And everything's going to be nice, neat, and safe. So that's the plan. We haven't, like I said, I just opened the box. It just came. I hadn't even gotten to look at it yet, so we'll see. Hang on. So the setup comes with a looks like a pretty comprehensive installation guide, which we're going to study tonight. The wiring harness. It's really neat, compact. It's in this nice braided wire loom. I like that. And then it comes with the gasket for the air cleaner and for the throttle body to the intake. It comes with a clamp-on O2 bung, which I'm not going to use that because I'm going to weld one in my exhaust. And then comes with the PCM, ECM, whatever you want to call it. The O2 sensor. The actual tuner, screen, or whatever. Windshield mount clamp to hold it with. I guess this is the harness for your tuner thing. USB plug. I don't know what this stuff is because I hadn't read the directions yet. This looks like it's probably a temperature sensor. Temperature sensor adapter. And the actual throttle body itself. So it looks to have everything needed for the installation except for the fuel system. So we've got the Walbro inline pump and all the stuff to mount it up with and fittings. We've got a filter regulator and some more fittings to hook that up. I've got some fuel injection, fuel line, some hard line, and then I'm waiting on the fuel sending unit for the tank. And then we'll show you how to hook all this up. So it's going to be pretty easy. I really don't think it's going to be complicated at all. The fuel system is going to be simple as can be. And I've already got the intake that I have on here. It's a air gap knockoff, so it's already got the Holley flange on it, the square bolt flange, which is what this throttle body takes. We've got a port here for the coolant temperature sensor, and then I've got I've got a plug that hooks to the HEI for the tack signal and everything. So we'll show you all that, and we'll get this thing hooked up, and we'll probably run this thing before we put the cab on the truck. So that's what we got going on. It might not happen tomorrow because I've got to work on my grandson's car tomorrow, but we'll get on it. I've got a fuel pump mounted on here that'll come off, and I'll put a fuel pump block off plate on this engine because we won't need that. But this is gonna be cool. I'm really looking forward to this, and we'll show you how to hook all this up, and we'll do some testing on it, and I think y'all will really enjoy this thing. I hope you do. And we'll show you how simple it is. So y'all stay tuned, and we'll show you the installation on the next segment. It's going to be pretty cool stuff. So y'all stand by and watch out for it. It's going to be cool.